All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakakadash. And the Heavenly Father, the true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Bahashem, and the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. The Lashkadash, the Holy Tongue, and I say Barakathon to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a quick sit-down lesson of the M.O.T.B news updates as we start to see more and more of this cash in society. We're seeing more and more of the pushing of the mark of the beast, because the mark of the beast is nigh at hand. We're seeing signs of that as we do these sit-down lessons regarding, the mark of the beast. More and more of this cash in society, Bitcoin, stablecoin, cryptocurrency, and the pushing of the central digital currency, cashless society, and more of this Neuralink nanotechnology, smart cities, 15-minute cities that's going to be part of finance, and the step pushing towards the market release of this digital RFID chip that they want to implant inside your body for you to buy or sell, even if you're upper class, lower class, economic spectrum. And this is what we're seeing among the other nations as we're seeing more and more of the pushing of the market release. And this is a news article from Bidget, Bitget.com news details. It was foreseen, foresight news as of May the 26th. May the 16th. Yeah, May the 16th, 2026. It says Bank of Japan Deputy Governor, the future of monetary system should not be limited to central digital currency and stable coins. Right, because they want to push more and more of all alternatives to replacing the paper dollar. We're seeing signs of it among all these countries around the world, leaning towards more and more, not just only leaning towards the pushing of central digital currency or stablecoin, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and more other alternatives or options that they want to choose more and more as they entering this new financial system of everything's being digital nowadays, everything's being cashless, and we're leaning towards that direction. It says Foresight News reported that according to rules, the Bank of Japan's deputy governor delivered a speech at the Japan Financial Association annual meeting, calling for a holistic approach and design in the future of the global monetary system. He stated that options should not be limited to central bank digital currency and stablecoin. Tokenized bank deposits and central bank reserves operating to blockchain shall also be considered. Yeah, that should be also considered as well too. Not just only central digital bank currency, not just stablecoin, more of other alternatives to pushing, tokenizations, bank deposits, and central bank reserves and operating blockchain should be also considered, and other alternatives to push forth, more and more of, in this financial system from a financial perspective. It says Amelot noted that the United States has prohibited the issuing of the central digital currency instead promoting stablecoin to reinforce the dollar status as the global reserve currency, while Europe is dedicated to advancing the digital euro to address fragments of its retail payment system. He pointed out that the divergence in approach shows the design of the future of the monetary system and comprehensively considered technique, festibility, social costs, user conventions. It says in financial stability and monetary policy, Japan is prepared for both paths. He said nothing that alone pioneered, let's say for stablecoin, Japan is also carrying out a central digital currency plot program. Right, we've been seeing that increasing among the nations as of lately from a financial perspective. We've been seeing the CBC plot, the CBC trial, CBC tests. We're seeing South Korea do that, and we're seeing all these other 100 plus countries leaning towards the final steps of pushing having a central digital currency as part of their reserve, as a financial system reserve, because very soon, the paper dollar in their respective countries, different countries, the paper dollar is going to be a thing of the past. Everything's being digital. So not only they choosing, stablecoin, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, they using increase in other alternatives, especially with the cross-border payments, offline and online options, and more other alternative options that they want to choose. Because we're seeing, with digital, everything's being digital nowadays. Everything's being more cashless as we entering more and more in the future of everything's being digital and everything's being cashless. Because a paper dollar, that's going to be cashless. Everything's being digital nowadays, and we're leaning towards points towards that society. Because this is going to be the future of money. Everything's being digital, and everything with this AI technology, this financial stability that's taking place in the world today. That's what's leaning towards that direction. It says because these companies are leaning towards the future of money because everything's been digital. They leaning towards that path, and we've been seeing that for the past couple of years, and that's recent. It says the Bank of Japan has launched a sandbox project to explore a technical facility tokenized central bank reserve and using them for a payment settlement on blockchain. Analysts noted that the incorporation of blockchain technology into reserve and a settlement may be eligible for real-time clearing around the clock and reducing the risk of settlement uh, bottlenecks, bottlenecks, next under stress scenarios. Yep, so that's what we're seeing. Yep, so it says once again, yep, it says Bank of Japan governor, the future of monetary system should not be limited to central bank currency stablecoin. Right, so they want to expand to some other alternatives currency of the digital currency. It says Satoshi cited blockchain pioneer calls Bitcoin the first enter warns CBC holds asymmetric power risk. That was published 1 day ago. I guess that was like an opinion, I guess. It says Bank of Korea, even though this was 3 days ago, it says Bank of Korea urges central bank currency bank deposit as a primary settlement for tokenized assets. The Bank of Korea says that central bank currency and bank deposits shall be prioritized as a settlement assets for tokenized assets in the global market reach. And this is I was checking the AI global review. It says the, the global central bank digital currency development is experiencing a stark division in the United States and aggressively legislating to ban the digital dollar. While Europe and China emerging markets are rapidly expanding their back digital networks. Right, we've been seeing that as of Europe as of lately, and they pushing for this digital ID. So that shows you what steps these nations are headed towards. So everything's being more digital and more cashless as well too. It says currently 146 countries representing over 98% of the global GDP are actively exploring digital currency. It says the United States to push for the permanent ban. Right, because a recent ban is from 2030 or 2031 for the central digital currency. That's why they have, digital stablecoin and digital cryptocurrency as an alternative to central digital currency. It says the legislation momentum is as Congress is advancing no central digital currency act and the anti-central digital currency surveillance state act. Investing bank analysts reported that the permanent ban on the Federal Reserve issuing a digital dollar is highly likely to pass in 2026. It says executives and Fed positions President Donald Trump executive order explicitly prohibited agencies from developing or promoting central digital currency. The Federal Reserve nominee, right, the new Federal Reserve nominee, because Jerry Powell, he had retired. I think it was like on the ninth, May the 9th, if I'm not mistaken, has stated that the digital dollar is ill-advised and will not happen under the current leadership and shifting the U.S. focusing towards a private sector stablecoin. It says the European preparing for a DLT infrastructure. The digital, it says a digital euro rollout. It says the European Central Banks of the ECB, which is ECB, which is European Central Banks. That's how you pronounce it. It says conform. It will begin allowing blockchain based distribute ledger technology and DLT transactions to settle in the central bank money. It says regulators focus on while the central digital currency continues to technical for preparation for a digital euro. Political debate has shifted and intensely towards unresolved privacy and surveillance safeguards. It says China and BRICS shifting from cash to deposits. The interest bearing EC1, the People of Bank of China launch the world first interest bearer CBDC wallets and reclassifying the digital wallet as a deposit liability to better compete and dominate commercial apps like Alipay. It says the BRICS interoperability, India serving as the most. It says India serving as the host of the upcoming BRICS summit has proposed a link member state digital currency to entirely bypass the U.S. dollar for cross border trades and tourism. It says the global cross border networks rising. The Embridge versus the Project Angara, right? Because that Project Angara, that's the United States. They lean towards that, and the Embridge, I believe that's for like other different countries, you know, using an alternative form of currency, which is essentially their currency. While the United States prioritize the digital Angara, like the allies as well too. It says that comprising China, the United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Hong Kong, and Saudi Arabia saw transactions volume surge to 55.5 billion. In response, the Aligned Central Bank launched a project Angora alongside major private banks like JP Morgan Swift to test competing tokenized reserve frameworks. Offline mechanics. It says countries like India has successfully rolled out the retail e-rupee compatibilities, utilizing a near-field communication interface, NFC technology, eliminating the need of internet connection. Yep, so this is definitely is the latest, pushing everything is being digital nowadays, especially with this cross-border payment online, offline, and the pushing of this digital currency, because everything's being digital nowadays, and that's what we're leaning towards that path. And continue doing. This is the book of Revelations 13 and verse 16. It says, "And it calls upon both small and great, rich or poor, free or bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads." Right, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. As we're seeing more and more the pushing of this mark of the beast, this digital RFID chip that they want to implant it right hand in your foreheads. We're seeing this Bitcoin, stablecoin, cryptocurrency, and the final pushes to the pushing of the market of beast, which is going to be implemented among all the nations around the world. Revelations 13, verse 17, it says that no man might buy or sell, say that he had the Quran, right? That Quran, that's that digital RFID chip that they want to implant in your right hand or your foreheads. So it's going to be a time once this be fully implemented around the world among all the nations for them to buy or sell. This is going to be part of a new form of currency under this current beast system, which is ruled by man. So in order for you to buy or sell, you got to have that digital RFID chip. It says, Revelations 13, verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him have understanding. Count the number of the BST, for it is a number of a man, and his number is SIX, the underscore SIX. So with that, hopefully this was edifying of the Mark of the Beast news updates as of May the 17th, 2026. As we start to see more and more, the Mark of the Beast is now at hand, because we're seeing more and more of a cashless society. As I mentioned again, the real ID, digital ID, Bitcoin, stablecoin, cryptocurrency, cross-border payments, more integration of this digital currency, more integration of this Bitcoin, stablecoin, cryptocurrency, and other alternatives, offline and online, going to be optional as well too. And that's all that's going to lead to the road to the pushing of the digital RFID chip of the market of beast. So with that, as I mentioned once again, hopefully this was edifying of the Mark of the Beast. I mean the M.O.T.B news updates as of May the 17th, 2026, on this Sunday night. So with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Kadash, and the Heavenly Father that you name is Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, those two that you names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Last Holy Tongue. And I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, wa Akim, wa Aqua, to next time. I say Komeshawala and the Ball, Shalom.